Good morning, I'm Neva Reddy Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Thursday, 7th of December. In this update, the police union says pay issues will need to be addressed to deliver on the new police minister's expectations. Minister Mark Mitchell has released a letter to the police commissioner outlining his requests to crack down on crime. That includes tackling youth and gang offending, supporting frontline officers and strengthening policing in communities. Police Association President Chris Cahill says this will require recruiting a lot more staff.
One of the reasons that it's getting tough is that the pay isn't measuring up for Australia. So they're going to have to address the outstanding pay issues. And we've been in a pay dispute for a number of months.
But the previous police minister is less than impressed. Ginny Anderson told Tim Dower Mitchell has been highly critical of Costa in the past.
Challenging the commissioner, calling him woke, sailing very close to saying that he wouldn't continue him on, even though he did not have the power to do that. And all we get at the end of it is that he writes him a letter.
A 10-year budget for Auckland, rife with cost-cutting and revenue-raising measures, has passed its first hurdle. Councillors approved Mayor Wayne Brown's plan to go out for a month's public consultation from February after a marathon 10-hour meeting yesterday. It includes rates rises starting at 7.5% and selling off Auckland Airport shares and a lease to operate Port of Auckland. Waitakere Councillor Shane Henderson says funding for local government is broken and every budget gets harder.
We will be looking at higher rate increases than maybe people are expecting, and we'll be looking at selling or transferring assets in greater number than people were expecting as well.
The jury in the Christchurch murder of Angela Blackmore 27 years ago resumes deliberations today. The 21-year-old was stabbed at her Wainoni home in 1995 in what the Crown argues was a contract killing. Jury members retired just after midday yesterday to consider the fate of David Hawken and Rebecca Wright-Meldrum. The co-accused deny plotting and planning Blackmore's murder. A former IHC board member is hitting back at a damning report into the country's largest disability services provider. The report found 50 intellectually disabled participants distrust IDEA services and feared retaliation or removal from their residential home if they complained. Open Justice reports in an open letter, IHC Life member Shelley Payne says these serial complainants could choose an alternative provider rather than adopting a destructive scorched earth approach. A Māori language academic says encouraging te reo is about upholding te tiriti o Waitangi. The new government is working to stop any more public servants from receiving extra pay for being proficient in te reo Māori. Auckland University's Professor Margaret Mutu says as an official language, government departments must be able to communicate in both English and Māori. In sport, New Zealand are 55 for 5 in reply to Bangladesh's 172 after the opening day of the second cricket test. 15 wickets fell across 79 overs. And Warriors coach Andrew Webster has backed his assistant Stacey Jones for the Kiwis job. The role is vacant after Michael Maguire stepped down to take charge of New South Wales. Finally, New Zealand Rugby have revealed part of the All Blacks test schedule next year. There are 14 tests, including matches away against Japan, England, Ireland, France and Italy. I'm Neva Reddy Manu, and that's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.